Hello, hello. Welcome back to the bAmplified podcast. I'm Amy Patee, the show host. Thanks for being here. If you are brand new, this is a show for conscious female entrepreneurs who want to let their most brilliant, authentic, genuine energy lead in their business. They want to be aligned. They want to be aligned in body, mind, spirit in their business. This podcast is for you if that's what you're looking for. And it's been a while. It's been a little bit since I last published an episode. In December, I released one episode a week, and I guided you through a little reflection and manifesting process for your business. So if you have not yet done that for your business, if you haven't released the previous year, reflected on the previous year, if you haven't done any vision work or set any goals for this new year, go back and listen to the last 5 episodes and take part in that process, because it will really help you get clear about where you're headed in 2026. January, here we are. We are in January 2026, and this is going to be a big year. And when I say big year, I'm saying capital B, capital I, capital G, big year. If you are attuned to astrology or human design, it's going to be a big year. There are astrological predictions about how the planets are moving, and in human design, we are, moving through a threshold year before we enter a completely new era. I've talked about that in previous episodes, but there's a lot of change happening, big change happening. We are also moving into the year of the fire horse in the Chinese New Year system. So all of this put together makes for a year that feels like, hold on, buckle up, hold on, because things are taking off and things are changing, and they might be changing quickly. And of course, I can only speak for myself here, but I feel like since the beginning of the year, I am on a horse. The horse is galloping in a new direction. The landscape around me is completely new. It's all different. And the horse is moving so fast that I haven't had a chance to step off of it and look around and ground myself and see where I'm at even. We're just moving. So that's a bit of how the energy feels to me. And I'm curious how it feels for you. If you are inspired to share with me, you can send me an email or a DM on Instagram, because I would love to hear what those of you listening in are experiencing yourself. But it's going to be a big year. And so I took the last couple of weeks off from publishing an episode, partly because I haven't had time to record one. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because a lot's been happening. And before I dive into all of that and leave you with just a really practical thing to apply in your business today to help you if you are feeling, like you're also on a horse that's galloping forward at Mach speed, I'll leave you with a practical nugget that might help you focus in on what really matters right now in your business. But before I dive into all of that, I do want to mention that I have 2 open slots right now in my bAmplified business mentorship program. This is a one-on-one program. So you sign up to work with me one-on-one. Typically, it is for a 3-month duration of time. We work together one-on-one 6 times over the course of 3 months. And I really help you take leaps and bounds in your business. Sometimes we work on rebranding your business. Sometimes we work on your offer. Sometimes I help you launch something. Sometimes it's all about big vision. Sometimes we are diving deep into your human design and you are doing a reset from the inside out. But what I can say about the mentorship program is people really gain momentum in their business, often resulting in increased income for most. And I think it's just because we can't do it all on our own, and we don't know how to do it all on our own. most of the people that I work with are solopreneurs. Maybe they have somebody help them with social media once in a while, something like that. But most are solopreneurs. So they are doing sales and marketing, and they're also teaching or working one-on-one with their clients. They're doing all of the things. And hiring somebody or signing up for something like my one-on-one mentorship is a way for you to get the support that you need in the area that you need it so that you can actually move the needle forward in your business and have some breakthroughs. Sometimes we just need somebody to say, hey, how about doing it this way? And here are the steps. Go do those, report back to me. I'll be here to assist if you need it. And just having somebody on the other side that's walking alongside you, offering up guidance can really help you move forward, to gain some momentum, to reach that goal, to launch that thing, to make more money, all of it. So if that's something that you feel like you need in your own business right now, sign up for it. Like I said, I have 2 slots open right now. There's a link in the show notes for you to learn more. And we always hop on a call first and just get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. So there's no pressure. All right. So January. It's been a big month so far. So for me, I entered January feeling a little sick. There was some stuff going around. There's still some stuff going around here in Minnesota, and I caught it. It wasn't anything, too dramatic, but I was a little sick. So I felt a little slow at the new year or entering into the new year. But I was able during that downtime to complete my real estate training. And if you've been following along for a while, you know that I decided last fall to get licensed as a real estate agent. And real estate is like an inside passion that I have. And things just lined up, and I decided to make a move in that direction. So over the new year, being sick, having a little bit more downtime, I was able to complete the online training, and I submitted my paperwork with the brokerage that I'll be working with, because you, as a real estate agent, you're going to be helping people buy and sell homes, and you need to be working beneath a brokerage to do that. So I submitted my paperwork with my brokerage, and they were like, great, we have our in-house training starting next week. It's a 2-week training. So I hit the ground running with that. And I felt like I was, in my early 20s again, going back to school, learning new things, meeting new people, showing up every day, all day long, sitting in a classroom. It felt really good, I have to say. And it felt like, where am I? What am I doing? What is happening? Like, is this my world now? I have worked for over 25 years in the wellness industry. And suddenly last week, I was sitting in the classroom, immersed in the world of real estate. And it was really fun. And it was overwhelming. I think whenever you launch into anything new, it can be a little bit overwhelming and exciting all at the same time. And that's definitely what I was experiencing. So last week was week 1 of that training. Next week is week 2. So I'm in between. I'm trying to integrate and process and do all the things that I learned in that training. At the same time, I'm trying to catch up on my own business and all the things that I need to do to keep my own business going. And it's just been a lot. This past week, also, I turned 49. So happy birthday to me. I'm 49 now, almost 50. And that feels really good, I have to say, as well. I'm actually excited about entering my 50s. I've been telling people I'm in my 50s, but I'm actually not quite there yet. But I turned 49, so that also happened. So things have just felt wild. Like I jumped on a horse and the horse started galloping, and it's running in a direction that's brand new to me. The landscape is different, and it's moving so fast that I haven't had a chance to step off the horse, get off the horse, and look around and ground and see what's going on. Things have felt really really full and things have been moving really, really quickly. So I can hardly believe that it's the third week of January right now when I'm recording this. So that is a little bit about what's been happening with me, my business, my career, my life, my world, my inner world. And on top of all of that, Minnesota, which is where I live, has been in a way like ground zero for some very intense, chaotic, very scary ICE operations that our current administration is carrying out. And people have died. Many families have been torn apart. People have felt terrorized in their own neighborhoods, at their places of employment, while driving their cars. And it's just been a really scary time, a really tough time, a really enraging time as well. So if you're listening in and you're from Minnesota, of course, you already know all of this is happening. Likely, if you are here in the United States, you know this is happening, but if you are outside of the United States, you may not have heard about it, but that is happening as well. And it's rough. It's very rough. And I'm not going to go deep into that today, but that's happening as well. And we are always impacted by what's going on in our environment, what's going on around us. And because of social media and the online spaces that we all share, our environments have grown. So we might be impacted by something happening across the world. We might be impacted in some way just by witnessing that online. On one hand, you have to be careful about what you let in. On the other hand, it can be helpful to be informed. And it's a balancing act, right? So all of this has been going on and, it's awful in every way imaginable. And at the same time, there's some really good things going on in my own life. And I'm trying to find the balance. I'm trying to, take one day at a time and keep stepping forward, doing the best that I can and making myself of service when I can, indulging in self-care when I can, working on my business when I can, just managing all the pieces of being a human being alive at this time on the planet. It's a lot. So wherever you are and whatever you're going through right now, whatever's happening in your world, just know that I'm sending you so much love and groundedness, warmth, and I'm always here. I'm always here. If you want to check in and chat with another female entrepreneur. And in fact, I actually have that up on my website now as an offering. It's called my Spark Meet and Greet call. It's a 30-minute free call where we just connect. So if you are listening to this right now and you're an entrepreneur, you're going through a lot and you want to maybe build your community of other soulful entrepreneurs, check out that call. Book a time with me and we'll just connect over Zoom and chat and get to know each other. I'm really investing this year in building my community. And my community all over the world, but also my community here in person in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. All right, so that's everything happening. And again, like I said, it's the third week of January. This month has been just packed to the brim with so much happening. And so when there is so much happening, and maybe it's completely different for you, maybe there's not anything much happening in your world, and that's great. That's okay. We're all, at times experiencing very different things. But when there is a lot happening, and even when there's not a lot happening for you, there is something that you can focus on that can turn the volume down if you're feeling overwhelmed or confused about, let's say, what to focus on. Sometimes, like for me, I know over the last couple of weeks, because there's so much, I'm learning so many new things. And at the same time, I'm trying to, keep what I've got going. And there's just a lot of pieces that I'm managing. And when I would sit down, when I had a couple minutes and I would sit down to work, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what should I work on? What's going to, be good for me to work on right now? Where should I put my focus? It was kind of a sloppy mess. It was sometimes hard for me to get into that zone where I could make some things happen and tick, the things off my to-do list. And as I was, trying to get there, I realized, okay, Amy, right now, there's so much on your plate. Let's simplify by focusing on what makes you money right now. And that may sound so silly when I say it. You might be thinking, duh, you're going to focus on what makes you money all the time. But not really. If you're an entrepreneur, you know that you spend a lot of time doing things that don't directly in the moment make you money. They may make you money down the road. For instance, this podcast in the moment does not make me money, but it may make me money down the road if one of you listening in decides to join me in my one-on-one mentorship, or decides to do a human design reading with me, or signs up for my human design and business immersion program. And you may come to working with me through this podcast by listening, week after week and getting to know me and liking what I have to say and deciding that you want to work with me. But in the moment, me recording this is not necessarily making me money. So last week, in my overwhelm, having a moment to sit down and dig into things, feeling a little confused about what I should actually do first, what I should focus on, that came through for me. Okay, focus on what actually makes you money right now. Because there actually are a few things that make me money right now. And there's certain actions that I know have better results in making me money than others. And so, there were certain things that I just let go. Like last week, I could have made myself record a podcast. I could have made myself send out my email to my list, but I let those things go. And instead I did this project that I've been working on that I get paid to actually do the work of the project. I did that. I also worked with a couple clients. I did things that bring me money back right away and let some of the other things go. I have not posted on social media for a while, and I'm okay with all of that. That's the little nugget that I just want to leave you with right now. And again, you might be in a place in your business where money is not that important. Maybe you're retired and money is not really the end goal for you right now. It's more about being of service or having impact or being creative. And so that's okay. But again, most of the people I'm working with want to make money, need to make money. And so when your plate's full and you're doing all the things and you're overwhelmed, you're not sure what to focus on, let that be a compass for you today. What actually makes you money? Out of everything that you are doing, what is bringing you some income? And if you're spending 3 hours creating one social media post, you might need to check in and ask yourself, do my social media posts actually make me money? And again, that might be something that is cumulative. Maybe over time, certain people see you, they like your message, they like your post, and they decide to sign up for something or reach out to you. But do you have actual data on that? Does posting on social media actually make you money? Or, does showing up to this networking group where you actually meet people in person and get to talk about what you do to new people and give them your business card, does that actually connect you faster with potential clients? So if you had to choose between the two of those, right, you would want to just very quickly just assess, like, do you have any data and which of those two actions make you money? And then from there, you can make a more discerning choice about where to put your attention, your energy, your time, your focus. This can also apply like big picture to your business if you have, 5 different offerings. And again, I'm speaking from my own personal experience because right now I've got kind of a lot going on. So I've got my one-on-one mentorship. I have my human design and business immersion program, which I'm hoping to launch in the next month, my next iteration of that. I have an Amplify mastermind that I want to launch, and I'm still building out the wait list on that right now. I'm also hoping to start teaching a weekly online yoga class. I just put that out there to my list to see who's interested and what time people are interested in. I've got the real estate thing starting to happen. I'm also working on a project for Blue Osa, which is a yoga retreat that I've been working with behind the scenes for years. I've got a lot going on. And so across the board, when I look at it, I've had to get focused and pinpoint like the three main things that I know generate the most income for me. I know that I feel aligned with them. I enjoy doing them, and I'm honing in on those things. And I'm kind of letting everything else just be there, but be in the background, kind of fall to the wayside a little bit. And that's been helpful for me because, again, as a solopreneur, as an entrepreneur, there's so much that you're doing all the time, and you may want to do all the things, right? You may want to offer this and offer that and this and that, and you may want to do the social media, and you want to do the podcast and write the emails and go to the networking group, and at the same time make space for your family, your partner, your friends, some self-care, quiet time. Wow, that's a lot. So last year, my words of the year were simplify to amplify. And I did simplify in many, many ways. And that does not feel like that's not my mantra for 2026, but I am still leaning on that mantra a little bit, especially right now when so much is here on my plate. I'm simplifying, and I'm simplifying by, again, asking the question, what actually makes me money? Where can I put my energy and get the most return? Super simple, but you maybe have never asked yourself that in your business, and I recommend doing it and just see what comes back. And notice if you are pouring out all your time and energy on things that you don't have data on in terms of return. Like, you don't know if those things give you any return, or maybe you do know and you're like, yeah, they actually don't give me any return, but I think I should be doing them, or I like doing them, but they don't result in sales or clients or money, income, profit. So let those things fall to the side a little bit and focus on what does make you money, as long as, again, it feels aligned, right? If it feels like it's something that you want to do, that your soul wants to do, that your energy is aligned with, and put your focus there and then see what happens. So that's my little takeaway for you. And as always, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. Check out the show notes for the links, again, to my one-on-one mentorship program, but you can also schedule that free spark call with me if you want to chat and connect and make a new friend in the entrepreneurial world. And I do plan on launching my Human Design and Business Immersion. That is a 3-month-long program. We meet once a week. It's a group program. I am, however, considering possibly offering it in a different framework where we would instead meet one weekend a month for 3 months. So a slightly different format, but a couple people who I've spoken with have actually expressed that would be easier for them to fit into their life right now. So I'm playing around with those options. All right. Thanks for listening. This was a little bit of a longer episode. Got a lot in there. And I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear how things are going for you in 2026. Are you feeling like things are a little crazy, or are you feeling bored? Are things not moving as quickly as you want them to be moving? I'd love to hear. I want to gather some some data on this and just know who else is galloping along on a wild horse right now with me. All right, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode.